Live from the WTXL studios, this is ABC 27's News at 5.
Oh, yeah, it's messed up. I don't want to go to no funeral. Not for that.
Friends and family are holding on to hope that their loved one will survive after he was shot over the weekend. Police say Melvin Mitchell was shot 2 times and is in critical condition at Archbold Memorial Hospital. Good evening, I'm Jade Balexa. Thank you for joining us for the News at 5. The shooting happened early Saturday morning on the 300 block of Hopkins Street. Police say they captured the man who fired the shots after he rammed one of their patrol cars during a traffic stop. WTXL ABC 27's Christina Resnack talked with friends of the victim today and has more in tonight's top story.
Investigators returned to Hopkins Street trying to find any evidence that may tell them why someone shot 32-year-old Melvin Mitchell.
Oh, it's messed up. Everybody mad. Everybody mad about the situation.
Mitchell's friend and neighbor Terrence Smith says nearby residents are trying to understand how something like this happened, especially Mitchell's mother, who lives just around the corner from where Mitchell was shot.
No mama gonna be a mama. She's sad.
Lieutenant Eric Hampton with the Thomasville Police Department says officers were called to the area because of shots fired in the street.
Officers did make contact with a large crowd here who were trying to leave the area.
When officers arrived here, they say they saw a large pool of blood here on the street where Mitchell had been shot, and witnesses said he had already been taken to the hospital.
It's an ongoing investigation as to how the victim was shot and why.
Witnesses told officers it was this man, 28-year-old Lamoses Philip Carr of Thomasville, who shot Mitchell. Investigators are still trying to find out if the shots were intended for Mitchell or someone else. Smith says he can't imagine why anyone would want to shoot his friend.
We cool with everybody.
And he says he won't give up hope that Mitchell's condition will improve.
He's gonna make it. He's strong.
In Thomasville, Christina Resnack, WTXL ABC 27, dedicated to you.
Lamoses Philip Carr is in the Thomas County Jail charged with aggravated assault and aggravated assault on a police officer. For the latest on this story, visit our website, WTXL.tv. Now on the News at 5, Florida State University's headhunter in its presidential search is stepping down. The move comes in the wake of FSU's Faculty Senate approving a resolution that they had no confidence in William Funk. Funk did not elaborate in his 2-sentence letter to the Presidential Search Advisory Committee Chairman Ed Burr. Now in an update tonight, the community is mourning the loss of an English teacher killed in an accident. The Florida A&M University Developmental Research School community is mourning the death of 54-year-old Eileen Warner. She was killed Saturday morning when the pickup truck she was riding in crashed on Interstate 10 just west of State Road 12. Warner died at the hospital. She was an English teacher at FAMU DRS in Tallahassee. Troopers say the truck driver, 65-year-old Melvin Bell, lost control of the truck after the tread on the left rear tire separated. Bell remains in serious condition. The FAMU DRS community held a memorial for Warner on Sunday in the gym at FAMU DRS. Students and faculty gathered to share their thoughts and memories. They say she was a great educator and will be missed greatly.
A phenomenal person, care about her students. Just like the students always say, if it's not right, she's not going to accept it.
My best memory was when I went in her class and she helped me get my grades right, made sure I had everything, my GPA, everything ready for college.
Funeral arrangements have not yet been set for Eileen Warner. We will keep you updated on this story both on air and online at WTXL.tv. A pedestrian is killed after he was hit by a car in Leon County. Troopers say it happened just before 5 a.m. on Sunday morning on US 27, just north of Family Tree Drive. The victim has been identified by troopers as 20-year-old James Edward Jowers of Havana. Troopers say he was walking south between the 2 northbound lanes of the road when he was hit by a truck. Troopers say the driver, 41-year-old Chad James Conklin, swerved to avoid hitting Jowers, but hit him with the left side mirror. and the side of his truck. Jowers died several hours later at a hospital in Tallahassee. And in Franklin County, Florida Highway Patrol troopers are trying to figure out why a woman ran off the road and hit several trees. 36-year-old Ashley Marie Nichols died after a crash on Gulf Beach Drive near Leisure Lane on St. George Island. Troopers say it happened just before 3:30 Sunday morning. The crash is under investigation. Every Monday at 5:05 and 11:05, we bring you some of our area's most wanted. Take a good look at Harold Tillery. He's wanted in Leon County for failure to redeliver leased property. Also in Leon County, be on the lookout for James McCarter. He's wanted in Leon County for dealing in stolen property. If you have any information on either of these two suspects, call the Leon County Sheriff's Office at 850-606-3300 or call Crime Stoppers at 850-574-8477. You can remain anonymous. And be sure to join us every Monday at 5:05 for Manhunt Monday. We'll be posting this information up on our website, WTXL.tv. Now in your news across Florida tonight, a family of 5 is shot to death Sunday morning in Fort Myers. The result of what sheriff's deputies say was a murder-suicide. Investigators say a father shot his 3 young daughters and their mother before taking his own life. The girls were between the ages of 2 and 10. A neighbor says she heard what sounded like festive activity at the home around the time of the deadly shootings.
We heard the girls laughing, the little girls. We heard, all of them laughing and talking. I heard the music go from like 5 to maybe 10. I just heard it go, and then it just stopped. Dead. There was nothing. I heard nothing. No noise, dead silent. And then at 4:45, the cops were at the door.
Authorities say the parents had no known criminal records, and they're still trying to determine what led to the killings. Governor Rick Scott is preparing to kick off a week-long statewide college affordability tour where he will highlight his efforts to reverse tuition increases that had been signed into law by Charlie Crist. While on his tour, Governor Crist also plans to discuss his plans to keep college affordable for all Florida students, as well as reduce the cost of Florida prepaid savings plans. Governor Scott hopes to work with Florida state colleges to offer $10,000 degrees in some fields. He says when he became governor, he promised to make school more affordable and give every student who grows up in Florida the chance to get a great education, start a successful career, and live the American dream. Well, happening across Georgia this evening, 3 Lowndes County teenagers suffering from severe burns this weekend after falling into a fire pit. According to the Valdosta Daily Times, the victims, ages 12, 13, and 18, were on a swing that broke and flung them into the fire. They were airlifted to Shands Hospital. There is still no word yet on their conditions.
What we hope is this seed planted in Thomasville today continues to grow and spread out throughout our state and the region.
The Thomasville community celebrates a new addition to the city, a compressed natural gas station. City leaders and members of the community celebrated the grand opening of the station this morning. While many city vehicles, including all waste management trucks, already run on CNG, the city unveiled a new station for the public to use. The next closest CNG stations, according to city leaders, are in Tallahassee, Valdosta, and Perry, Georgia. City leaders say they hope it will encourage people to buy CNG vehicles or travelers to plan stops in Thomasville to fill up their CNG car.
Where this really started was an environmental challenge to provide our community and our fleet with a cleaner burning fuel, which was compressed natural gas.
We're excited to have our local citizens and local companies have the ability to have compressed natural gas fueling.
The city partnered with the Suzy Q BP service station on West Jackson Street and South Pine Tree Boulevard for the project. That's where you can find the CNG station. All right, time now to check in with Chief Meteorologist Casanova Nurse. And Cass, did you have a good weekend?
Yeah, it wasn't too shabby. Had to deal with some of those thunderstorms last night when I was out grocery shopping, but Saturday had fewer showers and storms around, but still those that did impact the area were capable of causing quite a bit of rain. At least tonight, you won't necessarily have to scurry from your car to the convenience store to pay for your gas and then come back and pump, because it doesn't look like we have much in the way of any thunderstorms to worry about. There's a temporary bubble of high pressure around the region, around much of the tri-state area and the upper parts of the atmosphere, and that's really helping to keep a limit on any kind of formation of showers or storms. We may still squeeze out one or two, but it looks like anything that forms is not likely to be too significant at all. But across the southeast, we are monitoring our next broader wave of disturbed weather, which is beginning to make its way into the Mid-South and the Mississippi Valley. This circulation of low pressure rather broad and expansive, helping to form some strong storms along the Mississippi River, which may impact those areas with some severe weather this evening. That stays off in the distance for now, but that could become a greater role player in our weather pattern later this week. For now, we just have to deal with the warmth and the mugginess. It's well into the 90s away from the coast, and winds are mostly light, but coming in from the south where the wind flow is continuing. Some areas without any wind right now. That could maybe just add to the sultry, stagnant feel of the air outside, and very warm temperatures will persist even into late tonight as readings stay mostly in the 80s even after 9 o'clock. At least the sky will clear, and any isolated storms or showers should diminish long before midnight. But we'll discuss those increasing rain chances and how they impact us later this week, coming up in your Storm Team forecast.
All right, Cass, thank you. Well, coming up on the news at 5, a couple armed with guns terrorizes Las Vegas this weekend. We have the latest. But first, connect with ABC 27 on our official app. Stay up to date with all the latest local news by downloading the app for free at the App Store and Google Play. We're back after this.
Last month was so big, we're doing it again. Drive away new 2015 Kia Sorrentos for $299 a month with no money out of pocket except your tag. Or get $6,000 off any new Sorrento in stock. Only at Kia Autosport, where we want to see ya in a Kia.
People often comment on how happy I am. Yes, no. Want to know my secret? Here's your chocolate cookie milkshake. This right here, it peps me right up. One sip is all it takes. Okay, maybe a few sips.
The Chocolate Cookie Milkshake. Crushed chocolate cookies and rich chocolate syrup hand-blended together and topped with whipped cream. Zaxby's, indescribably good.
She may not look like it, but she's what the automotive maintenance industry calls a severe driver. That means she doesn't always warm up her car's engine. She drives in stop-and-go traffic. She runs a lot of short errands around town. She drives in extreme temperatures. Sound familiar? Severe driving means the need for added and more frequent protection for your car's engine. That's why she goes to Superlube every 3 months or 3,000 miles.
Hurt in a car wreck? Pick a law firm with horsepower. Call me, Attorney Randy Pelham. Often you're entitled to more money than just car repairs, medical bills, and lost wages. And often I can get you money the insurance company doesn't tell you about. We've got horsepower. We work to get you all your money and keep you out of the courtroom. Why take the insurance company's offer? We work to get you more. Call me, Attorney Randy Pelham. I just love to work fast.
The Pelham Law Firm is the way to go. 383-6600.
Huge savings continue this month. New 2014 Kia Optima is just $299 a month. That's a purchase, not a lease, with no money out of pocket. Or drive them away for just $19,678. Only at Kia Autosport, where we want to see ya in a Kia.
In your news around the nation tonight, the VA releases more results of a nationwide audit of scheduling practices. The U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs says that 100,000 veterans are still experiencing long waits for health care appointments. More than half waited 3 months or more. The internal audit revealed that schedule misreporting was widespread, and 76% of the 731 facilities surveyed experienced wait time reporting issues. It also showed that more than 63,000 patients had requested appointments over the past 10 years that were never scheduled. Now, the Veterans Administration has been under the microscope since reports came out about secret waiting lists, cover-ups, and long treatment delays at the VA Medical Center in Phoenix. More than a dozen of veterans died waiting for care. We're learning more about the killers who went on a deadly rampage in Las Vegas yesterday. The couple was allegedly on a suicide mission and reportedly had extremist anti-government views. Police say the man and the woman responsible for the bloodshed in Las Vegas were Jared and Amanda Miller. And an overnight FBI search revealed some disturbing facts about the husband and wife who were in their late 20s. They allegedly were well known for being militant and talked about plans to kill police. Neighbors say the couple were white supremacists and police allegedly found swastikas and other neo-Nazi paraphernalia in their apartment.
They were going to kill as many officers that they can, and they were going to do away with themselves. And because they actually told us they didn't believe in the government, the feds, or the cops, and they just wanted to get rid of as many as they can.
The couple ambushed two officers on their lunch break in a pizza restaurant. Both officers were killed. Witnesses say the couple said that it was a revolution and draped the officers' bodies with "Don't tread on me" flags. The couple then went to a Walmart and yelled, "Everyone get out," before firing more shots and killing a woman. The duo then exchanged gunfire with police before going to the back of the store where the woman shot her partner, then killed herself. And in your international news this evening, nearly 2 months after the tragic sinking of a South Korean ferry, divers are still working to recover victims' bodies. One more was found late Sunday, bringing the confirmed death toll to 292. Meanwhile, as many continue to mourn, authorities are searching for the businessman who is on the run and linked to the company that owned and operated the Seawolf ferry. This wanted poster issued by South Korean police gives Yoo Byung-in many faces, possible disguises of a 73-year-old police say is on the run. A nationwide manhunt is underway for this businessman. Prosecutors believe he and his family own the company that owned the ferry. That ferry sank in April, leaving more than 300 people, mainly school children, dead or missing. And prosecutors say Yoo and three of his children are ignoring arrest warrants and evading arrest. One daughter was detained in Paris last week in connection with the ferry disaster. South Korea is seeking her extradition. Investigators believe unsecured and overloaded cargo on board may have been a cause of the accident, as well as modifications made to the ship to increase passenger capacity. Well, everybody get your questions ready, because this Thursday we will be hosting a question center with the Tallahassee Lenders Consortium. Representatives will be in our studio answering your questions about home ownership. The Tallahassee Lenders Consortium is a nonprofit organization whose mission is to make the dream of home ownership a reality. The consortium provides education and information about credit counseling and the process of purchasing a home. Well, there's much more to come here on the news at 5, but first, let's get another check of your evening forecast with Cass. Hey, Cass.
Hey there, Jade. Not a whole lot of action going on in the atmosphere around us, and that's probably a good thing for most folks after some nasty storms on Friday night and again last night in some cases. So you can go out with less worry about thunderstorms heading your way, because I don't think we'll have too many. Napleton Tower Cam atop the Doubletree. Well, the sunshine's certainly showing through, as well as adequate clear blue sky with just a couple of clouds here and there, especially in the southern sky over the capital city. Thunderstorms are not taking a long absence. I'll tell you when they return in your Storm Team forecast.
Weather changes at a moment's notice. Don't be left out in the rain because you didn't know. Download the ABC 27 Weather Now interactive weather app, sponsored by the Florida Lottery. Log on to WTXL.tv right now.
Tonight, Hillary Clinton.
Is the White House yours to lose?
Face to face with Diane Sawyer.
Is this the happiest time in your marriage?
Hillary Clinton, public and private, nothing off limits.
I'm going to say what I believe and let the chips fall.
Tonight at 9/8 Central on ABC.
When you're used to always doing something with a cigarette, it can be hard doing it without one. But if you can relearn how to start your day without cigarettes, then you can relearn to do anything without cigarettes.
For a free 2-week starter kit of nicotine patches, call 1-877-YOU-CAN now.
No one burns calories like Firehouse Subs.
Introducing our hearty and flavorful under 500 calorie menu. Steaming hot sriracha beef, hook and ladder light, turkey cranberry, and more. 6 new subs, 4 new salads, overflowing with flavor, under 500 calories. And starting at only $5.49. Under 500 calories never tasted so hearty and flavorful.
Firehouse Subs.
One bite, one taste, you're hooked.
So, should our next car be a Camry?
Ooh, that's nice.
Or the Camry?
Ooh, the Camry.
So it came down the wire, but I decided to go with the Camry.
Over what?
The Camry.
Wow. Camry? I mean, they're both great.
For people who've owned a Camry, there's really no decision. They usually get another Camry.
Is it a Camry or a Camry? No, I'm so nervous.
Find out why people keep coming back to the Toyota Camry again and again. Get a 2-year no-cost maintenance lease on a new Camry SE for $189 a month. Toyota, let's go places.
Well, we were hit with some big storms yesterday in our area. And check out this amazing picture of lightning lighting up the night sky. Wow. The photo was taken from a parking lot in Sebastian, Florida. That's south of Melbourne. The photographer says it took him a couple of hours to get the photo because the timing is so hard. How about that? I would imagine you'd have to put it on that setting where it just clicks a bunch of pictures back to back.
Yeah,
to get photos like that.
Either that or keep the shutter open, and then when the flash hits, it can actually snap the picture. I'm not a photography expert, but
Me neither.
And I've never tried to take a photograph of an actual bolt of lightning, but I know it's not easy.
It isn't easy. And we got a lot of that lightning yesterday in our area.
Yeah,
I just got back from the movies, just in time, got inside, safe and sound before that storm hit.
I was rushing in the store to get some coffee cream because I had run out on Sunday morning. So I saw the cloud and I got the alert on my mobile app on my phone that the warning was nearby. So had to go in and go back out, and I barely made it back in the car. So everything was good and the coffee tasted good this morning. But the thunderstorms were certainly active last night, and especially Friday night, Saturday morning. When we were covering those severe thunderstorms, there were literally thousands of lightning strikes into Saturday morning. But now it's a whole different story, at least a temporary change. Current Titan radar scene is quiet, so we're not really too concerned about excessive lightning or severe thunderstorms in our local area this evening. It has been just a balmy, hot day, and it's going to take some time for temperatures to cool down. 80s will persist well into the late night hours. Maybe by midnight, as the clouds start to break, we could start to fall back into the 70s, but don't expect a whole lot of relief from the warmth, and don't expect your air conditioner to get any prolonged break either overnight, because our readings still in the lower 90s, even mid-90s for Valdosta, and scattered clouds across the region, but certainly with a little bubble of high pressure which is being formed ahead of a broader area of low pressure to the west. It's actually putting a little bit of a cap on our region of the atmosphere. Thunderstorms are flaring up in the spine of the state due to the sea breezes that occur. Overall southwest wind clashing with an Atlantic easterly flow. That's where the thunderstorms are likely to be contained. I-75, I-4 corridor, and then again the broader low pressure system over the plains, which is helping to spawn a line of thunderstorms that's mixing in with the increasingly mild, humid atmosphere ahead of it, and that's helping to form a pretty potent line of thunderstorms from Memphis south towards Alexandria, Louisiana. That activity is going to start crawling its way in our direction. Not so much for tonight or tomorrow, because the little bit of a bubble of high pressure that's formed is going to still be in place, but will be starting to shift off towards the east. Our surface high staying to the south will continue to give us the west to southwest wind. That will promote more warming and keeping the humid feel around for the region. But I think our rain activity will stay limited again, perhaps a little more intrusion from the easterly Atlantic flow, plus a little bit of sea breeze action coming in from the south. That could maybe pop up a late day or evening shower or storm. Then Wednesday we get in on the brunt of that low, or at least the closest approach to it, which will give us higher rain and storm chances. But for tomorrow, storms will be very limited for marine interests. Southwest to south winds 5 to 12, seas 1 to 2. Smooth bay and inland waters, the rip current risk, however, will be moderate along the Forgotten Coast. The UV index will be very high. In the forecast for tonight, some clouds will be around, breaks of clear sky, but very sticky, very humid. The low forecast at 71, and then tomorrow we get back into the mid-90s in some cases across our interior. Coastal areas just a touch cooler, but then the clouds start to really take over. Areas of thunderstorms will be forming Wednesday and Thursday, the favored times for those areas of rain, and with all the cloudiness that's expected, it could hold temperatures back a bit.
All right, Cass, thanks a lot.
Okay.
And we're back after this break.
ABC 27, your official Florida lottery station.
Injured on the job and have questions about your legal rights? Visit forthepeople.com or call us. Our family working for your family. Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
I love social media, but I'm tired of depressing status updates. Rob White here from Ultimate Image Auto. It's time to unfriend your old car and drive a nicer, newer ride for just $9 down. Still making payments on a car you hate? WTF! Just put $9 down. Are you banned because of bad credit? Our credit specialists will poke the bankers until your status is updated to #approved. Start taking selfies in a nicer, newer car today. But hurry, like Snapchat, it won't last long. I'm Rob White, and I'm the People's Car Dealer.
Okay, listen up. I'm reworking the menu. Mayo, corn dogs, you are so out of here.
The complete balanced nutrition of great tasting Ensure. 24 vitamins and minerals, antioxidants, and 9 grams of protein.
Ensure, nutrition in charge.
Is your AC unit ready for the summer heat? Should you upgrade to a new AC unit? Or does your old unit just need a quick fix? Turn to the experts at E&B Heating and Air and let us help you weigh out your options and show you how you can save 30 to 40% off your utility bill. Don't get stuck in the summer heat without your AC. Turn to the experts. E&B Heating and Air, your Carrier dealer.
Beautiful floors on a budget.
I've used Southern Flooring personally, and I recommend them to all my customers. Everybody's always happy, and that's what I've come to expect from Southern Flooring.
Because you can buy carpeting from anywhere in flooring, but being able to have the customer service and the follow-up was really important to us.
I find that they are extremely reliable. They have a wonderful selection.
The price was excellent, and the service was impeccable.
Southern Flooring proudly welcomes Fred Adonisio, providing flooring to Tallahassee for nearly 20 years.
Titan Doppler Radar is sponsored by Kraft Nissan.
Well, check this out. This is a polar bear with a POV camera. Biologists with the United States Geological Survey put collar cams on the necks of 4 female polar bears in Alaska. They wanted to see what the animals do on the sea ice. The cameras were on the bears for about 10 days and captured everything from their eating habits to mating rituals. Scientists want to learn how the animals' behaviors are impacted by sea ice conditions. They also want to understand the potential effects of a changing climate. How about that? They are so cute. Well, that's going to do it for the news at 5. Stay tuned. WTXL News at 5:30 is straight ahead. A new lawsuit has been filed in a student's death. Plus, a local official is defending the ban on gay marriage and exercising your brain, how one app can help that.
Live from the WTXL studios, this is ABC 27's News at 5:30.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us here on ABC 27 News at 5:30. I'm Jade Balexa. A complaint has been issued in regards to closing down a Georgia club after investigators say a man was found murdered inside. 22-year-old Clayton Cross was an English major at Morehouse College in Atlanta. He was shot at the 912 Club in Homerville last month. His family has now filed a complaint and are trying to shut down the club.
to go in blindly shooting and not, again, thinking who was there and who could possibly get hurt and who could possibly lose their life.
4 people were charged in connection to Cross's death. Florida Attorney General Pam Bondi is looking to defend the state's ban on gay marriage. Bondi's office filed motions Tuesday to intervene in lawsuits that had been filed by gay couples in Miami-Dade and Monroe Circuit Courts, whose outcomes would have a direct impact on the state's 2008 constitutional amendment banning gay marriage. Bondi is already defending the state's ban on gay marriage in a Florida federal court. Police are investigating stolen equipment from Thomasville that was found in Tallahassee. The SUV and trailer found at the Florida-Georgia line belonged to Thomas Grady Training Center. They were used to carry the stolen equipment. Lawn equipment was stolen from the Plantation Oak Drive over the weekend. Tuesday morning, detectives were investigating. There were $25,000 in value. Also in Thomasville, 2 teenagers were arrested in connection with a string of 10 vehicle burglaries happening last week at the Green Tree Apartments. Police say 17-year-old Aquavius Watson and another 15-year-old were arrested after the 2 tried to sell stolen items to a local business. Federal labor officials have awarded more than $300,000 to fund reemployment in Georgia. The U.S. Department of Labor said that the money will go to programs that offer training to the jobless and will help unemployment insurance agencies ensure that payments are being made to the people who actually need help. Overall, the federal government handed out more than $68 million in funding for reemployment programs to 37 states. The Georgia Division of Family and Children Services investigators have been ordered to work extra hours until a backlog of investigations has been eliminated. State officials said Tuesday that more than 3,300 investigations are overdue, and that number accounts for nearly half of the agency's current caseload. Child safety investigators are supposed to be completed in 45 days. Officials say that child abuse and neglect reports have risen in the past year from an average of 6,600 reports a month to 8,400 a month. Now, taking a look across Florida, a grand jury in Florida has also accused the Department of Children and Families of intentionally and deliberately manipulating investigations into child abuse and death. In a 30-page report, grand jurors scolded the agency for what it calls the systematic attempt to conceal the number of children who have died due to abuse or neglect. The report references a Miami Herald series called Innocence Lost that concluded that the DCF revised its definition of neglect, resulting in an artificially low number of deaths that were reported. Over the next 2 months, WTXL is hitting the road to explore some of the great communities in our area. Tonight, our week-long road trip continues in Perry, and all this week, we're taking a look at the people, places, and history that make the Perry community unique. And this Friday, we're bringing the whole crew over to Perry. First, in our Sunrise show from 5 a.m. to 7, we're at Pouncey's Restaurant. Kelly Bertoli will be live along with our Sunrise Rocks band, the Taylor Chafin Band. Then at noon, come on over and join Kelly at Deal's famous Oyster House. The fun continues from 5 to 6:30 p.m. at Forest Capitol Museum. Myself, Casanova Nurse, and Brad Dalton will all be there broadcasting live. And remember, if you want to show off your town, send us pictures. And you can tweet us at hashtag WTXL Road Trip. Time now to check in with Chief Meteorologist Casanova Nurse.
Thanks a lot. We're going to see maybe just a few of those showers and storms across our eastern and western areas, and probably not a whole lot filling in the middle. That means right around the central Big Bend, the Tallahassee, Thomasville areas. Should be very tough to find any significant rain, at least for the next couple of hours. But again, west, few newly formed showers in the Panhandle. East, departing showers still lingering across sections of Eccles County, moving into the Okefenokee Swamp area. Diminishing rain activity over towards the White Springs area in Hamilton County, but in Madison County, one lone spot which has begun to flourish a little bit, causing a little bit of lightning activity just off of 221 north of Greenville. This is moving mostly towards the southeast, so we could be able to see a little bit of rain activity getting closer to the Madison area, maybe scratching just along Highway 90 Florida 53 as well in the next half hour or so. Not looking at that becoming a monstrous storm by any means, but it is growing enough to produce some lightning. So use caution in Hamilton, or rather Madison County, even though we're not seeing that storm growing to a very significant level. More storms over the central sections of the Panhandle, Holmes, Washington counties. Could also get in on some periods of heavy rain with that one lone thunderstorm cell that's mostly moving to the southeast. But there are a few more thunderstorms in southern Alabama. They may try to traverse the landscape and head into the western side of the Big Bend later this evening. So not entirely done with rain chances, and that may be a good thing, because if you get rain, you'll certainly see a quick drop in temperatures. Live Oak, however, has already rebounded to 86 after some of those earlier showers. Heat indices, or the feels like temperatures, well into the 90s, and for some of us even into the triple digits when you factor in all the moisture that's around with those very hot temperatures. That really makes that discomfort level go up the scale quite a bit. So plenty of moisture, plenty of heat. It'll take a little extra time to cool down unless you get one of those showers. Thomasville, your rain chance very limited this evening, but we can't entirely rule out one of those showers passing through. Just don't hold your breath waiting for it to happen, because chances are you'll miss out. The rain opportunity and coverage only about 20%, and as a result, evening temperatures are still going to be very sultry in the 80s, and not much cooling relief overnight either with scattered cloud cover. We'll let you know about the heat. It's going to become a greater, higher profile in the overall forecast for the next several days, and it could impact your weekend plans too. We'll discuss that in the Storm Team forecast.
All right, Cass, thank you. Now in your tech news tonight, a new app will bring on-the-go communication for some students at a Georgia university. Valdosta State University released its V-State mobile app. It streamlines the way students, faculty, and staff access campus services. It also places safety and emergency services in the palm of their hands. For safety, the app features a button that allows users to call campus police. And it has an emergency guide that provides instruction for various crisis situations. The new app can be found in the iTunes and Google Play stores. V-State Mobile facilitates communication, collaboration, and information sharing on the go. Looking for a way to exercise your brain rather than your brawn? WTXL ABC 27's technology reporter Morgan Moore has an app that can test your smarts right on your smartphone.
Forget the crossword puzzle in your daily Sudoku, because Elevate is all you need to make sure you're in tip-top mental shape. If you feel like your brain is moving a bit slowly lately, then a training program with Elevate could help you regain your edge. The app customizes exercise based on your needs and then creates a schedule to put your abilities to the test. Elevate works in 15 different categories, from agility to memory and clarity, and recommends that a user goes through the exercise 4 times a week. And Elevate can learn from your scores. It will let you change your routine and focus more on certain areas that seem to be tripping you up. And the more you work, the more the app pushes you, making the exercises harder and harder to help you achieve even more. Elevate is available on both iOS and Android devices and doesn't cost you a thing. We've got the link to download this page on our website, WTXL.tv. I'm Morgan Moore, WTXL ABC 27, dedicated to you.
And visit WTXL.tv to register for a chance to win a $10 iTunes gift card. Winners will be selected at the end of the week and posted online. And new Appetite episodes, Mondays and Wednesdays, are at 5:30, only on WTXL ABC 27, dedicated to you. Story time from space. A veteran astronaut is taking stories to space. Bjarni Tryggvason is also an instructor at a test pilot school. He has designed the 9 science demonstrations that tie into the content of the books. We will have an interview tomorrow on our Sunrise morning show about the story right here on WTXL ABC 27. And coming up here on ABC 27, do you always feel the need to be doing something? A study says you may be addicted. We have the details after the break.
Titan Doppler Radar is sponsored by Kraft Nissan.
Our community is amazing, but we can always make it better.
Did you know that 1 out of 10 people will have a seizure in their lifetime, and that 1 in 26 Americans will develop epilepsy in their lifetime, and that epilepsy affects more people than MS, cerebral palsy, muscular dystrophy, and Parkinson's combined? yet epilepsy receives fewer dollars in each of these. So please give to the Epilepsy Association of the Big Bend.
I'm Chris Kraft, and I care about our community, and that's why Kraft Nissan is a dedicated company.
Constantly changing, rapidly evolving. This is the world of business. You can become part of this exciting world with a bachelor's degree in business administration from Kaiser University. Kaiser offers key areas of concentration for today's changing business environment. Whether you're looking for a new career or advancement in your field, call Kaiser University now at 888-309-4544. That's 888-309-4544.
I know it's frustrating, but we've all had it up to here with Congress. I'm Gwen Graham. I'm a wife and working mom. And as the top negotiator for our local school system, it was my job to bring parents, teachers, and administrators together to cooperate, solve problems, and do what was best for students. Congress needs that same approach. Cooperation, not conflict. More problem solving, less partisanship. That's the North Florida way. I'm Gwen Graham, and I approve this message.
The 2014 Nissan Altima with up to 270 horses, blind spot warning, and advanced drive assist. Choose the 38 mpg Nissan Altima and save up to $2,000. Nothing beats an Altima except another Altima. Innovation that excites. Shop ChooseNissan.com.
Rear its ugly head in many forms, from drugs and alcohol to shopping and gambling. Millions of Americans struggle with addiction on a daily basis, but for some, the addiction can be as simple as being too busy, and it could be harmful more than you think. So many of us are overbooked, running from appointment to appointment, and it turns out that for some people, there is a biological need, an addiction to being busy. Experts from Inc. magazine are quoted as saying that in its most simple form, having a full schedule feels good and flatters our egos. But in its most dangerous form, it is an uncontrolled urge to be in a state of constant busyness and need to get stuff done. A recent survey reported that about 1 in 3 Americans are trying to avoid gluten, and there's a multi-billion-dollar market for gluten-free products. But a new analyst from the Wall Street Journal questions the health benefits. Nutritionist Rachel Beller cautions it's not for everyone. Beller says that in some products, eliminating gluten, a protein found in wheat, barley, and rye, often means adding other ingredients that can actually lead to weight gain. While having a gluten-free diet is a must for those with celiac disease, for everyone else, Beller says, eating healthy, unprocessed foods, whether gluten-free, is key. Still to come here on ABC 27, student loan debt is more bulky in some states than others. The numbers when we return.
We have seen our heat build up a little bit more once we get in a lot of sunshine, so 90s have been very common. Rain chances have been here or there, but looks like we could see even fewer rain opportunities in the days ahead. We'll discuss it all in the Storm Team forecast after this break, and the view from the Napleton Tower Cam atop the Doubletree, a sign that maybe a little bit of a more settled pattern could be on the way given the few clouds that are in the sky.
Outstanding.
He's off of me.
Looks like another satisfied customer. Exceptional.
Oh my God.
I don't want you to die either. That's not going to happen. See why People Picks New York Men. Premieres Thursday at 10/9 Central on ABC.
Save big this Independence Day at Ashley Furniture Home Store's Stars and Stripes event. Get up to 20% off on great items throughout the store, or get up to 60 months no interest.
Ashley Furniture Home Store.
Home starts here.
This is ABC 27, dedicated to you.
Wrongfully injured? WrongfullyInjured.com. For everything you need to know and a whole lot more.
This is the Andersons' new Honda Accord LX. Compared to a Ford Fusion, in the first 5 years it could save them $1,500 in gas and end up costing them a total of $3,500 less to own. according to Edmunds.com. No wonder the Accord is the best-selling midsize car in America. Start something special now with the Accord. Visit your local Honda dealer today.
Wayne Fire Live Oak has the best built homes in the industry.
Everyone knows that Live Oak Homes has the best ceilings, walls, and floors in the industry.
Wayne Fire has custom homes. You draw and we'll build it. Plus, low-E windows, mosaic tile, tape and textured walls, and much, much more. And for the month of June, Wayne Fire Live Oak will give you free furniture up to $8,500 and pay your utility bill for the rest of the year. Only at Wayne Fire, US 90 West, Live Oak.
It's Ashley Furniture Home Store's Stars and Stripes mattress event. Pay no interest until January 2021 on qualifying Tempur-Pedic mattresses. Visit your local Ashley Furniture Home Store today.
Checking in now with Chief Meteorologist Casanova Nurse. Cass, what do you think this evening's going to do? Do you think we'll have some pretty calm weather?
For most of us, if not, well, I won't say all of us, because there are a couple of showers, including one in western Madison County, that's trying to build into a broader thunderstorm, but not really causing a huge amount of concern. Just an overall sign that we are in that summer pattern where we can get those scattered pop-up downpours and rumbles of thunder.
Yep, so keep that umbrella handy at all times.
Good idea. You just may need it, even though you may not need it as much in the next several days, and certainly you won't need it because of any sort of tropical concerns. There's nothing really brewing in the waters around us in the Gulf or the Caribbean. Big blob of cloudiness flaring up in the western part of the Gulf, however. That's mostly just because we have a lot of moisture surging in and upper level winds that are causing that moisture to rise and form cloudiness. So it looks a little ominous along the upper Texas coast, but that's not going to be developing into anything tropically speaking. Most of the open waters of the Atlantic are also going to remain very quiet, as they are now, and they have been, and they will be for the next several days. And the convergence zone, where we sometimes see some gathered moisture and developing areas of rain, just nothing organized. Upper level winds still very fast in this zone, and as long as we keep that pattern, plus a lot of dry and airborne dust around those Atlantic regions, we're not just going to see anything immediately flare up in the tropics, so that bodes well for us. Across our region, mostly quiet, just a few of those passing showers, and with a few hours of heating that resumed during the late morning and afternoon hours, seeing at least the favorability for a few more of these isolated to widely scattered showers developing once again, even this late in the day. So in northwestern Madison County, north of Greenville, just off of 221 between there and 53, that's where we're having a little bit of an isolated thunderstorm beginning to pop. That's going to maybe spread a little bit of rain activity towards the east, maybe skimming the northern side of Madison over the next hour or so. But there's really nothing that's going to clash with this to make this flare up into a huge mess, but just be aware of perhaps some slowdowns in travel around I-10, Highway 53, perhaps even along 90 with that one spotty area of rain. There's a little bit of extra activity across the deep south, which will also influence rain chances for this evening, but we are going to see a little bit of a regional change in our weather pattern, and that's mostly because of the emergence of high pressure in the Gulf in the high levels of the atmosphere as you go up a few thousand feet. This is a high that's mostly centered to the south. This may start to move a little more to the north. It may help to try to channel some of this moisture up into the deep south, which could sustain some rain chances, but because of the presence of the high and the slight nudging of it to the north, that could direct that moisture more away from us, but still kind of close to us to where we could see at least some scattered showers sparking off in the daylight hours with enough heating going on, and if we get the sea breeze to form, which is likely to happen, that could still produce a few showers. But the sinking air motion with the high and our winds here at ground level coming in from the west and even northwest, those will be limiting factors in the number of showers and storms that may form. Forecast and focus does tend to still keep that possibility for evening rain around, especially with some of those lingering isolated showers to the west of the region, and of course those that are still existing in our eastern areas. But into the day tomorrow, kind of a limit on the coverage of the rain activity, perhaps more confined to the coastline once that northwest flow clashes with the sea breeze in the afternoon. So that could really mean warmer temperatures for our interior sections. West winds, then the sea breeze, as mentioned, 6 to 14, seas 2 to 3 feet, light to moderate chop bay and inland waters. And we reflect the lower rain chances, and correlated with that, the warmer temperatures. Right now, mid-90s seem reasonable. I would not be surprised if we start seeing 97, maybe even 98 for some inland sections over the weekend.
Wow, so that means the heat index could be even higher.
We may benefit from the lack of the sea breeze, which could lower humidity, but it still could feel more like 100.
Wow. All right. Thanks, Cass.
Okay.
We're back after the break.
There is no time to waste. Get Xfinity Internet for just $19.99 a month for 12 months. This is the best internet offer of the year. So get started for $19.99 a month. Or ask about other packages and get the fastest internet experience. Plus, get Constant Guard online protection at no extra cost. Call 1-800-XFINITY to get a great offer on Xfinity Internet. Or ask how to get started for as low as $19.99 a month for 12 months. Call 1-800-XFINITY today.
Being a nurse is about dedication. It's about compassion. It's about teamwork, helping one another, and pulling together. It's about hard work, strength, and determination. And at the end of the day, you'll know you were there to make a difference when it mattered most. Call Kaiser University today at 1-888-200-6295.
Are you searching for the perfect vehicle? Then we have the right selection for you.
Come to Roundtree Moore Auto Group and work with one sales professional and still choose from 8 different franchises, all located within 3 miles of each other. Largest inventory in North Florida. Choose from more than 800 new and pre-owned vehicles today.
Only at Roundtree Moore in Lake City, Florida, a short drive from you.
Family owned and operated since 1925.
The magnificent fresh Florida grouper. A favorite that's always in season. First, the glaze. Fresh Florida orange juice and golden honey with a touch of Dijon mustard and soy sauce. Honey citrus glaze meet the grouper. That's how easily Florida grouper becomes a delicious meal. Visit freshfromflorida.com for more mouth-watering recipes. Remember, delicious is always served fresh from Florida.
Talking your money tonight. Graduating from college is an exciting time for students, but facing a stack of student loan bills after graduation can be daunting, and we have the details on which states have students carrying the most student debt. The Project on Student Debt reports that 71% of students had student loans when they finished their undergraduate programs in 2012, and on average, they are facing $29,400 of debt in both federal and private loans, and they note it was an amount that increased by 6% every year from 2008 to 2012. According to Department of Education numbers that were reported on credit.com, students in Washington, D.C. have the highest federal student loan debt after they graduate, with an average bill of $38,151. Students in Georgia take second place with an average of $29,087 in federal student loans, and students in Maryland take third at $27,977. New estimates show the U.S. economy declined at a 2.9% annual rate in the first quarter. That's steeper than previously reported. The numbers from the Bureau of Economic Analysis show the weakest quarter for the U.S. economy since 2009 amid the Great Recession. But economists aren't too worried. They say the nasty winter weather is responsible for much of the decline. And there's still more to come. Stay with us.
It's an instinct that guides us, a passion for performance. That's why we created the Infiniti Q50S with Performance Wheel Package. It has more power and better overall handling and cornering performance than the BMW 335i M Sport Sedan. When you follow your instincts, the results are undeniable. Lease the Infiniti Q50 for $369 a month. Visit your local Infiniti retailer.
Your security company may claim 24-hour service, but can you look at your smartphone and see what happened just seconds ago? SafeTouch customers can. They can see anything they want from any internet or cellular device because SafeTouch systems are always on. At SafeTouch, all cameras and home automation are integrated into one powerful system. If a crime occurs at my house, it's all right here on my cell phone or on my computer. Emergency authorities love it. Crooks hate it.
Don't be fooled by bundled security systems. Get the best. Call SafeTouch today.
We noticed some cracks in the walls of our bedroom that was very concerning, so a friend of ours in the neighborhood actually recommended Ramjack. What I was most impressed with Ramjack was their promptness, the fact that what they said they did it in a timely manner and were professional throughout the entire process. Even my neighbors that came by were very impressed, and my neighbors may use him too.
Ramjack. Experienced, reputable, guaranteed.
Join us for the Camping World Block Party, June 27th through 29th at Camping World in Tallahassee. Don't miss out on great family fun.
Plus, enjoy huge summer savings on all new and pre-owned RVs.
New travel trailers as low as $129 a month. New motorhomes as low as $380 a month.
Bring the family out and enjoy free food, great music, and prizes.
Now's the time to buy at the Camping World Block Party in Tallahassee, June 27th through 29th.
We have everything you'll ever need at Camping World.
Skycam brought to you by Napleton Infinity, home of the 289 Infinity.
Well, that's going to do it for ABC 27 News at 5:30. Stay tuned. Don't go away. The news at 6 is next. Taking a live look into our newsroom where we're joined by representatives from the Tallahassee Lenders Consortium. They're here answering your questions about home ownership until the end of this newscast. So give them a call right now at 850-580-8678. The news at 6 starts right now.
Live from the WTXL studios, this is ABC 27's News at 6.
Florida Supreme Court says any cities that installed red light cameras before the state authorized them in 2010 to do so did so illegally. Good evening, I'm Jade Balexa. Thank you for joining us for the news at 6. The High Court handed down its ruling on the controversial issue today. The ruling applies only to cities that installed red light camera technology before the state law was enacted in 2010. The court says that red light camera ordinances in Aventura and Orlando violated a state law requiring uniform traffic enforcement. The suit's attorney, Brett Luskin, says the cameras were set up in that city to exploit drivers.
What they were doing was completely illegal and completely unfair. And it was basically a racket. They were just scamming money out of drivers in Florida because they were strapped for cash. It was really egregious.
Officials still have to determine how to return fines collected at the red lights to drivers. The city of Orlando says it should only have to return the money to people who disputed the tickets, not those who paid without objection. Tonight marks another installment of our WTXL Question Center, and we're joined by representatives from the Tallahassee Lenders Consortium. They're here answering your questions about home ownership. The Tallahassee Lenders Consortium, also known as TLC, offers home buying assistance, credit score improvement assistance, resources, and other programs to help clients. They also offer first-time home buyer education and help residents achieve the dream of owning and keeping a home. Some of the services they'll tell you about in classes include budgeting, credit classes, and home buyer education. And let's go right now to our WTXL Question Center. That's where we find our own Max Aparis. Max?
Now, of course, there's plenty of questions that you might want to ask if you're calling on into the Tallahassee Lenders Consortium. One of them is where to even start. There's, in fact, a class that you can take. Of course, I'm joined with Karen Miller here, who's a manager with TLC. Talk a little bit about the class folks can take to learn more about being a first-time homeowner.
That's our orientation class. We hold that twice a month. We share about all of the services that we provide, along with down payment assistance programs. Our services, almost all of our services, are free of charge, and that's why we want people to come in. We think we're the best kept secret in town.
Let's expound a little bit on the class itself. What do you guys go over specifically for first-time homeowners or people who want to own a home?
Well, we first start with, are they ready to own a home? And most people are, because they are renting. However, we go into specifics on our services that are free. We talk about credit counseling, and we also talk about all of the down payment assistance programs that are out there. We actually process the down payment assistance program for the city of Tallahassee. So we really want people to take advantage of those services if they qualify.
And you mentioned home ownership has a similar parallel to if you're renting, you can probably own a home. Why is there that parallel?
Well, remember, you have to pay for rent, but you're investing in something someone else owns. If you pay a mortgage, then you're investing in yourself.
All right, that's very interesting. Of course, hopefully we're getting lots of phone calls here. And actually, of course, looking behind me right now, getting lots of phone calls. If you want to call on in, you got to call 850-580-8678. That is 580-8678. Make sure you call on in if you have any questions on buying a home or the class that Ms. Miller was speaking of. That's the phone number you got to call. We'll be here till 6:30, so you got about 25 more minutes or so to make those calls. Right now, though, we'll toss it back to Jade for more news and weather headlines.
All right, thanks so much, Max. Time now to check in with Chief Meteorologist Casanova Nurse. Hey, Cass.
Hey there, Jade. We had a lot of cloudiness to greet us this morning. A few of us had some areas of rain and some strong thunderstorms. But since then, we've quieted down, and now it seems like there's trying to be a little more of a flare-up of rain. And even a couple of thunderstorms, mostly along the state line. That's where we have a boundary where we're seeing some clouds and wind flows gathering, meeting together. That's helping to build these clouds vertically taller into the atmosphere and enough to really wring out some rain occasionally. Northeastern Leon County, far southern Thomas County, near the Metcalf area, and then over towards Empress and Brooks County, and then north of Quitman towards the Barney area. And these showers will basically continue to move west to east along that same boundary for maybe another couple hours. So we'll probably see a few more pop up, likely to remain below severe levels. So I'm not overly worried about the intensity, but you could have some heavy rain and frequent lightning. The clouds from earlier today did hold temperatures back, except for Bainbridge with 95 degrees at this hour. Winds mostly coming in from the south. So that's why there's quite a bit of an oppressive feel to the air, especially if you have that full sunshine. The moisture does not combine very well for your comfort levels, especially with the afternoon heat that we experienced today. More showers and storms, they're staying in the forecast, and I'll give you all the details you need to know in just a few minutes.
Cass, thank you. As the news at 11 continues, a new poll shows Governor Rick Scott in a statistical dead heat with his opponent Charlie Crist, but will it be enough in November? Plus, after political upstart topples the second most powerful House Republican, establishment candidates are on upset alert. Our political contributor Tremel Gomes will join us to break it all down. And the 2014 World Cup is now underway in Brazil, and sports director Brad Dalton has an update on all the action coming up in sports. But first, let's take another live look into our question center right there. They are busy with those phones ringing off the hook. The Tallahassee Lenders Consortium are here answering your questions, all you need to know about home ownership. So give them a shout. Call 850-580-8678 right now.
WTXL ABC 27 and Big Bend Cares presents Artopia 2014, Saturday, June 21st from 7 to 10 p.m. at the Donald L. Tucker Civic Center. Here's your chance to see one-of-a-kind artworks from local, regional, and nationally acclaimed artists, from paintings to photography. There will be a silent auction and a live auction. Proceeds benefit Big Bend Cares. For information or tickets, call the number on your screen today. Artopia 2014, Saturday, June 21st from 7 to 10 p.m. Presented by WTXL ABC 27. Dedicated to you.
It's so bright out, I can't see anything.
Where are your sunglasses?
I've got to wear these glasses to see, and prescription sunglasses are just way too expensive.
What about Solar Shield clip-ons?
Yeah, the affordable sunglasses that clip on to your prescription frames.
Clip-ons?
Clip-ons!
Solar Shield clip-ons.
Beautiful floors on a budget.
Well, we had Southern Flooring in and did the estimate for the backsplash in the kitchen, and it just looks stunning.
Their workmanship was impeccable.
I know with one call to Southern Flooring, everything will be taken care of.
The price was excellent and the service was impeccable.
I had almost my entire home done by Southern Flooring.
Southern Flooring, I would say, would be a 10. It was just that good.
It's always a pleasure to do business with Southern Flooring.
Sun Tire always offers great prices on premium brake services. When Sun Tire quotes you a price on brakes, there are never any gimmicks, games, or surprises. Brake service starts at only $69.95. We'll check your brakes free of charge, then give you the best price possible on your service. Sun Tire brake service is guaranteed for at least 12 months or 12,000 miles.
Hey, Sun Tire, you can depend on us.
No one burns calories like Firehouse Subs.
Introducing our hearty and flavorful under 500 calorie menu. Steaming hot sriracha beef, hook and ladder light, turkey cranberry, and more. 6 new subs, 4 new salads, overflowing with flavor, under 500 calories. And starting at only $5.49. Under 500 calories never tasted so hearty and flavorful.
Firehouse Subs.
One bite, one taste, you're hooked.
Buy one, get one, or share one. At the Hourglass, when you buy your first pair of glasses, you'll get your second pair free. Use them as a spare, or use them for sunglasses, or share with someone. Buy one, get one, or share one. Only at the Hourglass. Appointments accepted. Walk-ins welcome.
Taking a live look into our newsroom where we're joined by representatives from the Tallahassee Lenders Consortium. They're here answering your questions about home ownerships. So give them a call right now at 850-580-8678. Well, it's been a busy week in politics in Florida. A new poll shows Governor Rick Scott now in a statistical dead heat with his Democratic challenger, Charlie Crist. And in Washington, the second most Republican in the House, Eric Cantor, is resigning his post after being defeated by a college professor in the Virginia primary. To break it all down for us, I'm joined now by our political contributor, Jermel Gomes. And speaking about that poll from the St. Leo Polling Institute showing Rick Scott and Charlie Crist in that statistical tie. Tell us, have you seen other polls that suggest the same?
Yes, in fact, the Public Policy Polling Institute came out with a similar findings with their survey showing that how it's practically a dead heat right now. And it's not surprising considering the amount of money the governor is pouring into this media blitz, which has actually taken effect on Charlie Crist's image. From that 12-point lead a few months ago, it's just all been disappearing from that constant attack with all that wealth of money and that campaign war chest that he's putting into this to really make his case. Like, you know, Charlie Crist is not your guy. Pick him to take a second term in office.
And moving on to national news, were you surprised to hear David Brat defeating Eric Cantor?
No, exactly. I was surprised. Everyone was surprised. This is like a David and Goliath story. To see the House Majority Leader have to resign and step down from a college professor who, like, when you're talking campaign war chest, like, you know, the difference was just drastic, like, to see this actually take place. So the political world is like, you know, it's like an earthquake just taking place, and we're all watching to see what's going to happen next.
So on that note, do other candidates need to be on upset alert?
Definitely, they should be on upset alert. What this has done is like a surge of enthusiasm for the Tea Party back challengers, because, you know, this is just like giving them that push to say, hey, we can do this too. So that enthusiasm will certainly go forward in other races where there's a Tea Party back challenger and someone who's been in office, an incumbent. They should be worried about what's going to happen next with this enthusiasm. Turnout plays a big role in these races, and so it's to see, even in the governor's race, how turnout will affect everything. Because as polls show, like, you know, polls don't really matter. Polls were showing that Eric Cantor will stay in his seat, but as we saw, that didn't turn out to be the case.
Oh, wow. Well, we'll certainly keep our eye on everything, and I'm sure you will too, because we'll have you back on to talk more about it, I'm sure.
Glad to have and glad to be here following the process.
All right. Thanks, Tramel. And Tramel Gomes joins us each week to break down the latest in politics from Florida, Georgia, and Washington right here on the News at 6. Well, there's much more to come here on the news tonight, but first, let's get another live look of our question center happening right now. There they are, representatives with the Tallahassee Lenders Consortium taking your calls. They are busy answering all you need to know about home ownership and achieving that dream. So call them right now, 850-580-8678.
Couple spots of evening rain and thunderstorms can be expected near the state line. I'll let you know if you should be concerned about intensity or severity this evening in the storm team forecast. First, the Napleton Tower Cam atop the Doubletree Hotel. Looking south where the storms were earlier today, no such stormy cloudiness being seen right now from this perspective over downtown Tallahassee.
Titan Doppler Radar is sponsored by Kraft Nissan.
You're right, Mom. This Publix Greek yogurt's really good.
Yeah, it's delicious, but you're doing it wrong.
How does one eat yogurt wrong?
It's just that you have to stir in the fruit first.
I like to control my fruit to yogurt distribution.
No, just stir it up. Here, let me fix it for you.
No, it's easy. Little fruit, little yogurt, little fruit, little yogurt.
Just stir it around.
Honey, what do you think?
With authentic Greek yogurt and real fruit mix-ins, Publix Premium Greek Yogurt is worth discovering. Publix, where shopping is a pleasure.
Wayne Fire Live Oak has the best built homes in the industry.
Everyone knows that Live Oak Homes has the best ceilings, walls, and floors in the industry.
Wayne Fire has custom homes. You draw and we'll build it. Plus, low-E windows, mosaic tile, tape and textured walls, and much, much more.
And for the month of June, Wayne Fire Live Oak will give you free furniture up to $8,500 and pay your utility bill for the rest of the year.
Only at Wayne Fire, US 90 West, Live Oak.
It's almost Father's Day, so hurry into Academy Sports and Outdoors and give him more than just another Father's Day. Give him an 18 holes kind of day, or a perfect grill marks day. Give him a shiny new gadget day, a whole new outfit day, or a whatever he wants day. With hot deals on all the gifts that he'll love, make Father's Day a day to remember at Academy Sports and Outdoors. And if you do find a lower price somewhere else, we'll match it.
The right stuff, the low price every day.
As busy moms, we don't get a lot of downtime. So the guys lend us their blinds to do some hunting and help us find our zen.
I bagged us these Zen section salads.
Whoa. I hunted down the Zaxby's out here. You don't think they'll mind we redecorated, huh? Nah.
The sensation salad is back. Chicken fingers on mixed greens with crispy wonton strips, Asian slaw, honey sesame sauce, and a veggie egg roll. Zaxby's, indescribably good.
The 2014 Nissan Altima with up to 270 horses, blind spot warning, and advanced drive assist. Choose the 38 mpg Nissan Altima and save up to $2,000. Nothing beats an Altima except another Altima. Innovation that excites. Shop ChooseNissan.com.
Heading back to our WTXL Question Center, that's where we find Max Paris, who is standing by. Max?
Hey Jade, yeah, of course we're out here doing our questions center, and today TLC is in-house and they're fielding questions about if you want to purchase a house. And what have people been calling in for and asking questions about, Karen?
Well, this time it's about home loans, and we just happen to have a lender with us today.
And why is having a lender so important to field more questions?
Well, you want to make sure that you understand this process of the loan process itself. It's a different language, and so you're going to be paying back a mortgage. You want to know about the loan itself, and a lender definitely can explain that to you.
And most first homeowners haven't had an insurance experience like that before.
Absolutely. They don't understand the language. They don't understand all of the paperwork that they must sign. So it's really important to have a lender explain all of that to them, and so we have one with us today.
All right, well, that's, of course, great information. Now, you at home only have about 15 minutes left if you have any questions on purchasing a home. The number you need to call to talk to our folks here, 850-58.
All right, time now to check in with Chief Meteorologist Casanova Nurse. Cass, getting some good advice out there, I'm sure.
Yeah, I've bought a home before, and it's not an easy process. So for those who, it was my first home, so those who are going through it, certainly a good source of information to tap into.
Yeah, I need to talk to them myself. I'm not a homeowner yet, but maybe one day.
One of these days, it's entirely worth it, trust me. A lot of work, but it's worth having your own home. Our conditions are going to continue to keep cloud cover around, so you'll need a solid roof over your head perhaps because of a few spotty thunderstorms. Could have a little bit of rain even in the Tallahassee metro, especially on the northern side for another couple of hours, so we'll continue to keep a slight risk for at least a few more showers or storms around. But at the airport on the southwest side of the metro, just some broken cloudiness, as we call it. A little bit of extra sunshine and 89 degrees. That's 2 degrees below our high, which actually did reach 91. Thomasville 82 with some showers and clouds off to your south and east. Valdosta, good deal of sunshine and 87. Weather watchers mostly in the mid-80s, including Bruce and Havana, who I had the pleasure of meeting at our talk at the First Baptist Church this morning. So great to be able to actually put a face to the name of a longtime weather watcher. And if you want to be a weather watcher, you can go to WTXL.tv and sign up for it. But the showers and storms, not very numerous right now. A couple spots of rain along the northern Nature Coast area. A couple little blips on the radar in northern Liberty County. And this is the western extent of a boundary that is helping to provide a focus for perhaps additional showers, which may continue to form in our westernmost areas and drift off towards the east-northeast. So pockets of heavy rain right around the state line where Highway 19 crosses over, also just to the east of 221. And then as you move to the northeast of there, close to Hayhira, that's where we have at least one more batch of some decent downpours in just a limited area, but each of these spots producing some active lightning. So use caution in these areas and stay indoors for a little bit. These are not exhibiting severe criteria, but there's certainly going to be at least a brief bout of downpours just north of Monticello and just to the south of Quitman. Not much else action-wise going on across our region for this evening, but we may be able to see maybe a few more of these leftover boundaries, perhaps in a smaller scale, still impacting some areas, and then when mixed with a very favorable atmosphere for these clouds to build and form showers and storms, plus you add a new disturbance to replace the one that was already here to begin with, we're going to keep seeing this continuous trend of scattered but numerous showers and storms forming for the next couple of afternoons. So it looks like you may certainly need that umbrella as you head out and about, perhaps even in the morning with areas of clouds, a couple of breaks of clear sky, but also coastal showers possible, scattered thunderstorms as you make your way towards the interior sections in eastern counties by afternoon tomorrow. Morning lows, lower 70s, and highs will really depend on the amounts of sunshine you get. We could again have our warmest temperatures in our eastern sections, rather western areas, and then perhaps some areas of clouds could hold temperatures down to the east. But all of us will still have decent opportunities if by chance you've missed out on rain so far this week. There's at least 3 more days of decent rain chances and coverage leading into the weekend. And even next week, perhaps more afternoon, evening variety, but still we'll have a few spots of rain around.
Keep those umbrellas handy.
You have to do it this time of year.
All right, thanks, Cass.
All right.
Brad Dalton's up next after the break with sports. Stay with us.
The Powerball Play of the Day is brought to you by Powerball. Come celebrate 20 years of the Downtown Marketplace every Saturday from 9 to 2 p.m. at Ponce de Leon Park, featuring fresh homegrown food, fine arts and crafts, music, special events, and children's activities. Plus, help us on our Flag Day with free flags for the first 50 visitors and join the Watermelon Queen for a watermelon seed spitting contest June 14th. The Downtown Marketplace, Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Ponce de Leon Park. Brought to you by the Tallahassee Downtown Improvement Authority, WTXL ABC 27, and these sponsors.
You're sure to be a hit with a Father's Day gift from Ross. You'll find thousands of great gifts for Dad at a fraction of what you'd pay elsewhere. Like this golf shirt, $45 at department stores. But if you want to pay less than $14, you gotta go to Ross.
Longhorn knows why the best parts of summer don't last. They get eaten. Introducing Longhorn's Grilled Tastes of Summer. Summer flavors grilled up and served fresh. Like our juicy new Hawaiian ribeye and grilled asparagus, or the rich, savory lobster chops and char-grilled corn on the cob. If it's in season, it's on your plate. Tonight, the grilled tastes of summer at Longhorn Steakhouse. You can't fake steak. Now try new lunch burger combos like our Longhorn cheeseburger with soup or salad starting at $7.99.
What is an affordable dentures moment? It's when you realize you got your smile back in just one day at a price you didn't think possible. It's knowing you were treated with dignity and respect. For same-day dentures and extractions, call 1-800-DENTURE or go to affordabledentures.com for valuable coupons. Please don't put this off. You deserve a healthy and beautiful smile.
Ram doesn't crunch numbers, Ram crushes them. 850 pound-feet of Cummins diesel torque. 30,000 best pounds towing. 4,430 best pounds payload. 28 best miles per gallon highway. And 1 2014 Motor Trend Truck of the Year. Ram, the best towing, payload, and fuel economy out there. Current owners of competitive trucks get $8,700 in total values on the 2014 Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cab.
When it comes to pet accessories, you just can't beat Ross. You'll find a great selection at unbeatable savings. This dog bed is $35 elsewhere, but if you want it for less than $16, you gotta go to Ross.
The search for a new men's basketball coach at Florida A&M has come to an end. The school announcing this afternoon that Byron Samuels will take over the Rattler program. Samuels takes over for Clement Johnson, who was let go at the end of this past season. Samuels comes to FAMU from the University of Georgia, where he was serving as the basketball operations coordinator for this past year. In 26 previous years as a coach, Samuels has held head coaching positions 3 previous times, 2 at a 4-year school and 1 in the junior college level. San Antonio Spurs put together an almost historic shooting display in Game 3 of the NBA Finals to take a 2-1 lead in the best-of-7 series. Tonight, the Miami Heat will look to even things back up. The Heat have been very good in the postseason at bouncing back from losses. The Heat are 13-0 following their last 13 playoff losses, forming a streak of 47 straight postseason games without consecutive losses. That's a number that ranks 3rd all-time in the NBA. Miami will look to move another step up the ladder towards that record tonight, just after 9 o'clock tip-off, and it can be seen right here on WTXL. It's referred to as the world's sport, and every 4 years, national pride is on the line as teams meet on the soccer pitch to crown a champion in the World Cup. Now, play now officially underway with the host country Brazil in action this afternoon. Well, let's take you to some of the action. It was Brazil taking on Croatia. Now, the host nation would fall into an early hole thanks to an own goal. And after the game was tied up, little controversy here. This call would give Brazil a penalty kick and the lead. And it's one they would not let go of as they take the opening game of the World Cup 3-1. Over the past 20 years or so, the sport of soccer has seen plenty of growth in the United States, especially among younger players. This is a picture of the Associated Soccer Group 14 and under team from the Tallahassee area. They're the state champs from Florida, and they now move on to the U.S. Youth Soccer Region 3 tournament, which is being held in Alabama this week. Team chemistry really has been the key to this squad. Many of them have been playing together on the same team for as much as 5 years.
We have like a large group of girls that came together when we were 8 years old, and most of them are still on our team. And we've had some new players, but we've gelled together really well.
We've shared this common goal about competing and playing at the highest level. And to the credit, the players, they've really dedicated themselves. So this is just rewards for their efforts.
As another week winds down, it's time to take a look back at the past 7 days, find a player performance that deserves a second look. And what a senior year it's been for Matthew Raley and Carson Sands. The North Florida Christian teammates combined to win a state title on the baseball diamond. And then this past week, both were drafted and signed to play professional baseball. Raley, he went in the 3rd round to Arizona. Sands in the 4th to the Chicago Cubs. And they combined to take home the Powerball Power Play of the Week. And that's going to do it for your look at sports. We're back right after this.
Find gifts for Dad under $50 at Men's Warehouse. With designer denim only $49.99. Non-iron dress shirts and shorts $29.99. Buy one tie, get 2 free. T-shirts $19.99. And buy one, get 1 free on almost everything else in the store. Get Dad the perfect gift at Men's Warehouse.
When cable companies advertise their security system, they love to show the camera or thermostat control. What about the security system? Is it really that bad? At SafeTouch, all cameras and home automation are integrated into one powerful system. SafeTouch systems are always on, and customers can see and control anything they want from any cellular or internet device. That's what I call peace of mind. If you want a great TV picture, call Satellite. But if you want a great security system, call Safe Touch Security.
Safe Touch. Save a bundle by avoiding a bundle.
Unclaimed freight notice this weekend at American Freight. Over 1,000 truckloads of living room furniture. 7-piece living room groups that include a sofa, love seat, coffee table, 2 end tables, and 2 designer lamps. You get all 7 pieces from only $398 complete. Free layaway, same-day delivery. Come to the loading docks this weekend only at American Freight in Tallahassee, 3170 West Tharp. Phone 504-1000. That's 504-1000.
Hi, Brandon. What are you smoking?
This is our new signature smoked sausage. Perfectly seasoned, smoked over oak wood for a great smoky flavor. I'm telling you, this is gonna blow people's minds.
It better.
New slow smoked sausage at Sonny's. Try it with chicken, pork, or ribs starting at $11.99 for limited time. Sonny's Barbecue, local pitmaster since '68.
When you're used to always doing something with a cigarette, it can be hard doing it without one. But if you can relearn how to start your day without cigarettes, then you can relearn to do anything without cigarettes.
For a free 2-week starter kit of nicotine patches, call 1-877-YOU-CAN now.
Buy one, get one, or share one. At the Hourglass, when you buy your first pair of glasses, you'll get your second pair free. Use them as a spare, or use them for sunglasses, or share with someone. Buy one, get one, or share one. Only at the Hourglass. Appointments accepted. Walk-ins welcome.
Skycam brought to you by Napleton Infinity, home of the 289 Infinity.
One last look now into the WTXL Question Center, where the lines are about to close. We want to thank the Tallahassee Lenders Consortium for joining us today and taking your questions about home ownership. Hey, you guys, you can find out more information about the organization on our website, WTXL.tv. And thank you for watching this edition of ABC 27 News at 6. Join us right back here tonight at 11.